These problems are growing. CARE gets notified of possible neglect very often. As a rescue group, we can only educate. Without an animal control officer, we cannot save these animals. Tomorrow, we're having a meeting with District 9 Field Veterinarian, Dr. Caitlin Macy from Indiana State Board of Animal Health, and she'll be coming down, and our group is going to register with BOA. We're requesting council to appropriate the funding so hiring of an animal control officer could proceed, and we thank you for your time and consideration. And if you want to look at this call log that I picked up, I didn't make copies of it. It's 7 pages long. It's going to be a lot of copying. So sure. It just shows the dates and when the calls came in, but that's just animal related. That has nothing to do with any other calls that went through dispatch. Just the animals. So the need is great, and Ripley Care, we're not going to go away.
Janine,
Oh, excuse me, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can you explain what you mean when you said you're going to register with the Board of Animal Health? Or?
That you can be, our group is recognized, we're 501c, we're nonprofit, and we're going to register with the State Board of Animal Health. That's something that they started July 1st.
Is it just like a registration, or does it allow you to do
It just shows that we are part of the State Board. We're just registering with them. That way they can, come down like they're coming down tomorrow, actually. She'll be here tomorrow.
I do have a question, though. I mean, we see on here animal control officer, $35,000. That's just a start. Where's the rest of it going to come from?
Well,
I mean, that's just going to be a drop in the bucket from the expense of what it's going to take.
What expenses are you talking about? The dogs or
Well, you're going to have
cattle?
training. You're going to have a vehicle. You're going to have extra
Well,
help.
currently we have Perry, which Perry's a good guy, but the dog warden is being, what is it, $23,000 a year now, plus his mileage, plus whatever he picks up at Co-op down in Osgood, the feed store for food, collars, leashes, snares, whatever he needs. County's buying all that now, and that's all going through the dog warden. So, you're at 23 and he can't do anything about somebody's neglected cattle. He can't do anything about any other animal that's being, mistreated. We got animals that's being mistreated deliberately, purposely, that I personally know of. I can't do a thing about it. Just watch them die. That said, these are pictures just for you guys to look at. It's pretty. This is Bones. We named him Bones. He got us started in February of 24. It was 5 degrees that day. He didn't have a dog. He had a dog house that was wet. He's totally underweight. This is not a coon hound. This is a Merle Great Dane. You can see his spine and his hips. We see this every day. We get called to go look at these big black cases.
And do you see any trends in people reporting or calling in? I mean, this is very extensive.
Yeah.
284, is there trends?
What do you mean?
Well, do you see more?
More in winter.
In the winter?
Yes, because
Okay.
of not proper housing. There's no accountability right now in Ripley County.
Okay.
People pretty much do whatever they want with their animals.
All right.
And some people are not really responsible pet owners. This particular one, we tried to get the sheriff, or we tried to get somebody to do something. We went down and tried to do something. We offered to pay the vet bill to take this dog to the vet, because you can see his backbone, you can see his ribs. Clearly, there's something wrong with him. And 7 days later, he was dead. The owner of this dog would not let us take the dog to the vet and pay the bill. We got the same situation going on right now. Jake died 7 days later.
I have a question for Lee, if possible.
For who? Oh,
Lee Davidson.
Mr. Davidson, okay.
So if someone was to call you and say, we have an animal suffering, do you have to get a warrant to go onto their property? Can you just go on?
Not currently. I would have to, no.
No, you don't have to get a warrant, or
No,
no?
we can't just go on the property.
Okay,
We would have to establish probable cause probably and get a warrant to go if it's behind the residence or something like that. If it's within plain view and we can see it, that would probably give us the probable cause to do that.
How does the sheriff's department typically handle these types of calls that you're getting now?
So Ripley County doesn't have any ordinances that really govern what can and can't be done with a dog. So it's very, like, the state law requires that they have to have, I don't want to quote it right now, she probably has it, but
Oh, I do.
there's certain requirements. They have to have a dog house, they have to have availability of food and water, and they have to, like during the winter time, they've got to have straw in there, but that's about it, right? Like beyond that, there's not a
Yeah.
whole lot of limitations on what they have to have for an animal.
so even then, and I'm asking if we were to hire a animal control officer and ran them through the sheriff's department, they couldn't just walk onto somebody's property behind their house unless it's,
If you have probable cause.
So
but would that still have to be a deputy, or would that person,
we could deputize
That person would be deputized.
We could deputize that person and train them. Again, we haven't really gone down the rabbit hole yet of figuring out the logistics of all this, because we can't do anything without money, right?
Right.
It is going to require funding. We do have some resources that we have now. We have a kennel down by dispatch that we keep dogs in temporarily until the dog warden can go.
But it only holds one, correct? And you only
Yep.
hold
Right.
it for 24 hours, correct?
Correct. Yep. That, we're just making do with what we have.
Sure, I'm
That was a lot
I'm not
of work.
complaining
No,
about
no, no.
it's just.
We have a dog box that we can put in the back of a truck to transport.
can you keep a horse?
Nope.
It sounds like that's, if there's another officer, that it would increase the rescues. Where can they be housed? If there's only a place for one, I mean, you
I
have to
recently
have,
volunteered to rescue, if I could get someone to rescue the two dogs, I recently volunteered my residence as a foster home until we could get the dog placed where it would be safe and not in peril every day of its life.
What about the large animals?
The large animals, other counties are doing it. I don't know how all these other counties are doing it. But I checked all 92 counties. There's only 3 counties in the whole state that doesn't have animal control.
Yeah, I think I think instead of them calling it a dog warden, they're calling it animal control. I think it's just a title difference. I don't know.
A dog warden doesn't have to be certified or qualified through the sheriff's department, and an animal control officer does.
Well, that's what I mean. They might have that certification,
Right.
but ours is called a dog warden, and animal control, they would
Right.
have, I mean,
And,
we wouldn't keep, yeah, but see, here, I think here's, like David was saying, and don't get me wrong, I love animals. You know that. You've been
Oh,
to my, you
yeah,
guys stopped at my house. You know how
Right,
I
I
feel
know you
about
do.
animals. The first thing we're going to have to figure out if we can do this is a control officer at $35,000 to be full-time plus insurance. We talked about this. So
Right.
you've heard me say this
Right.
already. Then you're going to need at least 2 part-time people.
Right.
Because if you have something housed, this person can't work.
We
then
got
we're
people
gonna have to
within our
buy-
group that would volunteer.
Yeah, but then we're going to have to buy a truck, and it's going to have to be a heavy truck with a special box on the back for animals. Truck needs to be large enough to pull a stock trailer, because if somebody says, hey, I have horses, you know how they were turning horses loose? Well, so then we have to have something that can haul the horses. And then, and maybe I'm blowing this out of proportion, but then we're going to have a nice sized building to keep the animals in. And so we're going to have to buy ground, and then,
What about the possibility of using the fairground? They only use the fairground in Ripley County once a year. Those buildings are for the fair, but other times of the year, there's buildings on county property that the fairground, these other counties are
guess
working
that- I
together to make this happen, and I
Hello,
think,
building.
this
Yeah.
is all new to us.
I know.
You have to understand, this is
I know.
brand new to us.
Right.
And possibility of fairgrounds, as long as nothing's in there during the fair week.
Right.
That's a good idea.
I mean, we
Then what
we use that property once a year for the fair, and I know there's prep before and after fair, but all these other times, we got all these wonderful buildings that Ripley County owns.
I never thought about that at all.
I mean, we didn't have to spend money. We've already spent the money. The buildings are there. There's no reason why. There's buildings on the fairground right now that could probably be used to house dogs.
Well, I agree and I understand, but then there's also, and you can ask the veterinary tomorrow, but there's quarantine requirements and things. I'm not trying to throw up an obstacle, just trying to look at the
Well,
entire picture.
we really need to do something besides what we're doing, is the bottom. Actually, what we're doing right now is at the bottom of the barrel.
Ma'am, would you like to share?
Yes, I would like
And
to
would
say,
you just
it's,
say
my
who you
name
are.
is Gayla Crowell, and I'm the secretary of Ripley Care. And what I wanted to interject is, several years ago, we had horses out off of Brownstown Road near Napoleon several were starved to death, and 4 was in dire need of rescue. Well, we got a hold of horse rescue, and they come and got the horses, and we had local people here, and we live in a wonderful community. They came out there to the property. I stayed there the whole entire time. We loaded the horses that needed to be removed, and we took it to an undisclosed location over by Batesville in a person's barn that offered to foster these animals. So it's not,
people out there
it's
that
not
will
like
foster.
it's
They'll
going to
step
be,
up.
it's not
See,
going to be,
that's something I didn't know.
yeah, that's
People
why I
will step
wanted
up.
to
When the-
interject
When the
this.
chips are down, people will step up. It's happened before. We've been doing this as the sister team for probably 25, 30 years.
So
But
I just
without-
wanted to say
without
this
the
because
actual
hopefully
501c.
it wouldn't cost the county these astronomical
We don't have to go.
numbers.
We don't have to go
We just need to
overboard.
do better as a community.
And a lot of times, I went and got, and I left that file at home because I didn't think we was going to talk about all this, but I have a whole nother file where I went to every city in this whole area here and got their city ordinances, a copy of their ordinances, and it's in my other booklet. But their ordinances, I mean, they have, with their county, within their city, they have people who control the animals. There's fines set up. If you let your animal run at large one time, you're probably forgiven, but then you would pay a fine the next time. We have, there's money to be made in Ripley County with an animal control officer. He can enforce these ordinances, but first of all, you're going to have to make some ordinances better than what we have. That 92, chapter 92 we have for Ripley County is really not very good. So, and I've talked to the commissioners many times over about these ordinances. The animal control officer can only be as good as what the ordinances he's enforcing or she's enforcing, because there's fines involved, and you don't have to take animals away from people. There's education. And as far as the education, about all we can do is make people aware of what the Indiana state law says and what you're supposed to do in excessive heat and excessive cold for animals. And like I said, the veterinarian tomorrow will probably give us a lot more good advice. And I'm sorry that we didn't meet with her before. This is her first day that she could come down.
So,
Right, we
so,
understand.
so if we were to come up with an animal control officer, would you have a place for all the animals? So if
Not
you,
all the animals in the county, no.
okay. That's our biggest hurdle, I believe.
But how many animals are we talking about that's actually,
I was just looking
Right.
at the call list, so your
Right.
guess is as good as mine.
Right.
Hopefully nobody, abuses, but we know
If we had an
people do.
officer, I feel like a lot of them on the call list would be taken care of.
right?
Where you wouldn't have to take them to a building. If they knew they had to obey the law, they might be better pet.
Right, I mean,
Well-
right now, pet owners, there's no accountability, and they think, here's what I get all the time. I tell them to call the sheriff's department, because that's what we've got. We've got the sheriff's department. They call me, tell me I need to do something about it. Well, I really can't. So I tell them to call the sheriff. They tell me the sheriff won't do anything. I have heard that at least
10,000 times in the last year. They won't do nothing. They won't do nothing.
We,
They go and look, but, you know, unless it's dying.
sure.
Actually, Bones was dying. I think he probably is dead by now, but he was shaken, and we didn't know whether he was having convulsions or whether he was just literally dying. And that was here in Versailles, in town.
We have a great deal of concern
Right.
for this, and I believe our starting point, the commissioners have put it in their budget.
Yes.
For that, but we need some ordinances and we need some background here.
I have volunteered with the commissioners many times over. Some of our group will come and help them and give them whatever they want, whatever we can do to help to bring this county together and bring it out of the medieval stage of dog warden to animal control officer to where we actually can do something and have some accountability in Ripley
Sure.
County for these people. There's people out there that are not being good to their animals.
Yes.
I got one question too on that call list.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's a lot of calls.
Yes.
Who are making the calls? Is it bad neighbors, or is it sometimes a homeowner saying, hey, I can't take care of this pet anymore?
This is what I do sometimes. I mean, I go and I look myself before. I mean, they contact me and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go look and see with my own eyes, because we do have, you know,
So who's contacting you, the neighbor or somebody down the road?
usually it's not the person who has the animal. It's usually the person that's living next door, or hears the dog barking all night long or whatever. And this is, I got this from my veterinarian. This tells that the sheriff's department needs a copy of, every one of them needs a copy of this. This is not okay. This is not okay. 5, 7, and 9 is okay. And they need some guidelines, and an animal control officer, he already knows this, because he's already schooled himself on this, or herself.
Okay,
Because
thank
they
you.
know the body scores.
We have a commissioner, sir.
Yes.
Roger Dolly, County Commissioner, and I want to clarify a couple things. The commissioners, it was in public meetings, this is not nothing that was had outside of the meeting. We looked at changing the role of the dog warden to an animal control officer. We talked to our attorney, and he did feel like that was a very good thing to do. So this would be a new position. It would not be rolling one over into the other, but at the same time, we would not have both positions. So if we get this new position, we would do away with the dog warden.
Right.
So I just want to make sure we clarify that.
Thank you for,
And I do want to, I mean, and the commissioners did feel strongly enough about it that we put it in our budget. So we're supporting them, and we have to start somewhere.
Exactly.
I want to go that out there.
thank you, Stan.
Thank you.
I do want to interject one more thing, that when we've had several conversations with Sheriff Rob Radley, he said that his deputies don't have the knowledge to go out and determine whether this animal is being starved or,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
I think.
So they do nothing.
Correct.
Well,
I understand. And we're not
If you go
placing.
with the body score that the State Board of Animal Health goes by, the guidelines that they go by, and if every deputy had one of these in his car, it'd be, you know, very good. He could tell the, you know, the
A
people, okay,
reference.
your neighbors are calling, we're getting all these calls. A number 3 is not good. Their dog's either got worms, if you're feeding it enough food, there's a problem if it's a 3 or a 2 or a 1.
We
Anything
understand.
above that is okay.
How would you
Sure.
select this person?
How would I select the
Yeah,
person?
who would select it? The commissioners?
The sheriff, I
would
think.
that the commissioners
Sheriff
would
and
play a
the-
big part in this, and I also think the sheriff would, wouldn't he? I mean,
Yes.
I think
Roger?
our county commissioners
Yes,
would be the overseers in the selection, and we can all network together.
I think so.
I believe we have a situation, and we're aware, we're acknowledge that we do have a situation, but, and we need a starting point.
right.
And throwing, who is the overseers of the county, the commissioners, possibly, they would want to set up a committee and
Yes.
look at, and just go down and what's our priorities and what's our needs and things. We're the funding,
Yes.
but we don't have all the pieces together.
Right.
And you
We gotta
are very,
start
very
somewhere.
important in this decision, and I'm not trying to
I've
speak
done
for...
a lot of research.
And-
I've got tons of information at the house. in
And I'm not
binders.
trying to speak for the council, I'll just say personally, we have a sincere concern.
Right.
And we appreciate what you've done over the 25 years, and we're starting. And we don't get everything perfect the first time we start, but we'll make an effort. So we'll throw this back to the commissioners, that possibly they want to start or look into a committee
Yes.
and start the process, and there's a lot of steps we need to go through.
Right.
And we have a lot of collaborators. Recently, in the Versailles Republican on Thursday, July 17th, Adopt a Pet, a wonderful article. Except I look at this, and on our outreach, this individual, Luna, 2 years old, has been there for a year. The next individual, 2 years. The next individual, 3 years. The next individual, dog.
Dog,
2 years, 1 year, 1 year. Those are taking spots, and I'm not encouraging any particular action or whatever, but we're not using our resources maybe in a way that we could do better.
Right.
So we appreciate your presentation, and we'll be looking at the commissioner's budget here
Okay.
and all your outreach and things, and you've always supplied us with excellent resources and numbers. But thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
I
and look at
appreciate
that.
your time and your consideration, and I appreciate everything you guys are doing for Ripley County. Nobody has any idea what a nightmare that could possibly be.
Thank you. Now, moving on, 9:30 EMS. Will you please come forward and share with us your name and then also your position?
Alex Poole, I'm the EMS director.
Hi, Alex.
Good morning.
Good morning. Council, we're looking at location 0055 EMS. All right. We have the salary and, yesterday it's 3%. So we've been redoing all the values and making those 3%. Here on the request, that is not 3%, it's 8.76.
Okay, so
Excuse me, Social Security.
if
Okay.
you look at the front page, before you look at that page, and I just gave Alex a copy,
Yeah.
I just put this down so they could see it.
Okay.
Okay? So 2025 hourly amounts are on the left. The 2026 that Alex has put in for are on the right.
Okay.
They are a bit different. She has some different headings that she wanted to change stuff to for different amounts. I don't, where you want to go from here, I don't know, but I want them to see that.
Yeah. Thank you. Council, how do we want to look at this?
This is where your question should stem from, really, other than looking at it as a bulk. Because EMS is paid out of one line item, every one.
Okay. No, we needed that information.
So line item 18150,
Yes?
there's no difference. Did you not give yourself a raise, Alex?
When you guys hired me in, you hired me under,
I'm sorry?
when I got hired, you guys hired me at a lower rate than what the ordinance was, with the understanding from the commissioners, or at least Mark, that in the new
I
year.
don't remember what the difference was, because I do remember they said something about giving you an additional when you were here for a year. Am I correct?
That's what I was told.
That's what Mark said.
And do you know what that amount is?
So you guys started me at 80, and then so roughly 12.
Oh, okay, so in 20, okay,
Yeah, because you guys had budgeted for Scott, and then I took over like in December, so.
okay, okay.
And so,
So that number's right then?
This number would be correct.
Yeah, the
according to
92,098?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And then the EMTs, are them the full-time, or is that full-time and part-time?
That's full-time and part-time.
That's why I told you to look at this front page. Because you're really
This is
kind
right,
of, you're
yes.
kind of gonna have to go off of this. Because all EMS except for Alex are paid at an hourly rate. Like, the part-time are, the full-time, everyone is. Because they work a 48-hour work schedule.
So am I looking at this right? We have full-time EMTs that make $17.25 an hour?
Yes.
all right, our letter said the part-time staff, so that's, we had a value of
75.
75 cents.
Yeah, I think I'll be honest, these raises were based off that 2,500 figure, I think that was told to everybody, right? Yeah, so they would be a little less than that with the,
So like if you, and the only thing that I can go by is the numbers that we had in 25.
right.
So like your full-time paramedic at 24.65 at a 3% would be 25.30.
Yeah, so 50 cents.
And then the part-time paramedic at 24.20 would be 24.93. And then the EMT advanced would be 2016. EMT full-time would be 17.77. And then the EMS instructor would be 25.75.
Which the EMS instructor looks kind of weird, but that's because, I'm not sure why, but from 2024 to 2025, Scott dropped it
He did.
significantly.
He dropped it from $34 to $25.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he did that, so I went off of the previous because that's not really
We never shared it.
incentivizing for our,
It was in the budget, okay.
It was in the budget, but sometimes you guys don't ever ask for the hourly rates.
Well, that's true, okay. So council, how do we want to look at this?
So maybe I'm looking at this wrong. We're going to have a part-time EMT at roughly $18 an hour, and we're going to have a full-time EMT at $17.77?
no.
No? What am I missing here?
2025 is on the left and 2026 that she's put in for is on the right.
I see that.
I wrote that down too, Ron. I maybe misunderstood.
I must have
When we went through
misunderstood
that,
it.
it said 1777, did I hear that wrong?
Them are if you've done a 3% raise on the 2025 rates.
So, in reference to Ron, our full-time EMTs would make $17.77 and our part-time $18? Am I correct? If we do the 3%?
The amounts on the right are 2026 that she's put in for. Them amounts weren't in 2025. They didn't have them in 2025.
Yeah, I don't think there was a separation between part-time and full-time, but I
There was
would
not a
like,
separation in 25 for
Oh,
full-time
okay.
and part-time. They all
Which
did the same.
I think partially that was because you guys hired full-time in October of
Yes.
24.
Yes, we did.
But like with the medics, we have a part-time rate and a full-time rate, which is something I would like to stick with.
Okay.
The-
Well, how we want to proceed?
I guess I'm still stuck on what you guys are talking about. If the numbers on the right were based on the $2,500 figure, and then Amy's given us what the 3% is, so how would you propose handling, the difference between the full-time and the part-time EMT?
Well,
Do you have a suggestion?
not with a percentage based, unless we did something different for the part-time. I would like them to be separated. I think the full-time have a lot more responsibility around station and part-time. So I do feel like they should be entitled to something a little bit more. But with it being a percentage, it's kind of hard to break it since it's started at the same. Unless you just did like a flat rate for them, like a part-time got instead of, what is it, 3% of 18? I don't know what the, or 17.25, I guess.
55 cents.
Yeah, so unless you just did something lower than that for the part-time, like a quarter. We're primarily full-time now with EMTs. I think we have 7 shifts a week that are covered by part-time, which would equate to 2 additional full-time employees.
And we had a lot of,
And they don't work a lot of hours and get a lot of overtime.
The part-time, no.
Yeah.
we had a great deal of discussion last year
Rare.
on
Really nice compared to what it used to be.
full-time and part-time. We spent, I think we called him back 3 times for a discussion. We tried to do our best, because he requested 4, and I think we were able to supply him with 2.
Yes.
Stan, is that how you remember it? All right, we need to process these values, and Stan, you're good with numbers. What are you looking at to make this equitable and doable?
Well, we've been saying 3% for everyone, but to Ron's point, that's not fair. But you're saying you don't have a whole lot of part-time.
I have, I think roughly 10 to 12 part-time EMTs, but there's only 7, I mean, they're 24-hour shifts, 7 24s a week that are staffed by part-time EMTs. Yeah, and we have like
That's
6 or 7
what
regular.
She has them on payroll, but some of them.
They're
only
like,
work
some are
like
more
one.
PRN, like occasionally, like they have to pick up 1 shift a month, but
Sure.
we have ones that are like in regular rotation where they work every week.
I'm sorry, maybe I missed it, but what are your part-time people making now?
They're
I know
make,
The
the,
same as
The
full.
same
Yeah,
as,
yes.
okay. This is just, you had, on this page, the full-time, you raised $1.20. So what if you took the 18?
well, so it was raised based off the 2,500, not the 3%.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. But can we work backwards? Stan, you're the number person, and took that $18 and took the $1.25 off of it, which was, would it be the same amount? And come up with the $16.75 and then take the 3%?
Then you're taking money away, then you're like taking money from them, because they were already making the 17.25.
You're gonna at least have to give them something.
Yeah.
So they were making that at the same time, so, okay.
Yes, same amount.
Well, it was a thought.
She's used the 2,500, which she was told to do. And if we do it at the 3% that we've done everybody else, that's 55 cents, which is less than the 75 cents that we said for part-time individuals.
I've been saying that for 2 days.
Well, I know you have.
I think we have to readdress that at some point, like, in these next
Can't
couple.
change it.
Well, I don't know how you can, I don't,
We can't, would it be, what's council feel if we, these part-time individuals, right now present, they're making the same as the full-time?
Correct. But I think that was more to do with the fact that we just started full-time EMTs in October.
Okay. Do we want to continue
Yes.
that the full-time EMTs and the part-time EMTs make the same hourly wage? How do we get this fairly figured out?
Alex, would there, since you have part-time, first off, I don't know how many hours they're working, but if they were making the same wage, would it help you keep them employees employed? I'm just throwing it out
So,
there.
well, I think it would actually, I think like I said before, my full-time, I feel like they're responsible for a lot more things around station. They have extra duties, there's extra responsibilities, there's more that I expect out of them. So I think for them to be paid the same as the part-time probably I wouldn't like that if I was a full-time versus a part-time and I'm expected to do X, Y, Z outside of my normal duties and they're
Okay.
only responsible for the ambulance.
So how many hours difference would it be for, I mean, just roughly? I mean, does a part-time put in 20 hours a week or, I mean, roughly?
So, like I said, I think we have like roughly 10 to 12 part-time EMTs. Half of them work regularly, so they work either like say 24 hours every 2 weeks or they work 24 hours a week. And then the other 6 to 12, it's like 24 hours a month. It's like PRN.
Is it feasible to leave it at the 17, the part-timers at 1725?
I-
And then next budget, you'd have that difference to deal with?
I think it would be feasible, but I also feel like if all the other people in the department or everybody in the county is getting a little bump,
It's not fair to.
I don't think it matters how much they work. They're a part-time employee and part-times always change. I mean, it's just like with our part-times in the offices. 1 week they might work, and I'm just saying, 10 hours, they might work 40 hours. You never know. So the amount of time that,
Microphone over closer to you.
Now,
Or move closer to your
a
microphone.
part-time individual
Sorry.
gets no benefits.
correct.
Thank you.
There's a method to my madness.
I understand, but there's a lot of people out there listening and they can't hear you.
My fear would be that if we don't do anything with the part-time, see, they cover like when, full-time is out, so now you're replacing a part-time position with a overtime.
Sure.
I
So-
almost feel like before we can make any decision on this, we have to go back to day one and figure out, what are we doing? Are we giving full-time people a 69-cent raise and a part-time people 75 cents? Are we we have to make some decisions on that before we can even address this. Because we might address this and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, this isn't going to work, then we have to come back to it.
Well, we'll put this on hold until a little more information. We appreciate you coming in and sharing with us. I think we have a clear picture of what's going on. We may call you
Okay.
and for additional information. At this moment, though, we will thank you for coming in. We thank you for everything that you do, and we may be calling you.
Okay, you don't have questions about any of the other salary?
I think we need to, we'll discuss this a little more Thursday afternoon.
I meant the added, like the changes, I guess, to the titles. I don't know if
Okay.
that matters to you or not.
Well, share with us.
Like, you'll see there's a couple new ones. They're the same people, but,
Okay.
like, I wanted to introduce a paramedic field training officer. We currently have them, but they're in charge of orientating the new people, and they have duties above everybody else.
Okay.
Also, we
They're
do.
doing their in-services and.
They're doing in-services, they're also taking, like, if we hire a new medic, they're the ones that are in charge of them for the first, say, 3 months to make sure that that person is competent and able to respond with us.
Can you give me a line number on that?
Yeah. Well, it's not, it's just inside the,
Oh, maybe you don't have.
it was the, maybe you don't have this paper.
So these are addressing, what she's trying to do is clean up, in her mind, different pay scales, which will require different salary ordinances. When you look at budget, there's more than one of those that comes out of the same line item in your budget. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You're making this more transparent for the position that they're in and what the responsibilities they have.
Correct.
Okay. It's just I believe a transparency.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
And we can get a hold of you. I don't want publicly to share your cell number or anything, but could you leave your cell number?
I have it.
Okay, with Amy. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
your time today.
Yeah, appreciate yours too.
No. We need to find out about vehicles and motors. I don't know if they're buying a new life squad or there's $80,000 in there for that.
Okay.
And machinery.
They're going to because they got $250,000 out of the life squad.
So that's for the 26 budget? Okay. So you're getting a new live squad in 26?
Yes, which
Okay.
is with insurance money from the,
And then plus this
The one
additional
that-
80,000?
the 80,000 is for a replacement chase truck.
Okay.
I talked to the commissioners about it.
Replacement what? I'm sorry?
Chase medic truck. We have one that's, I think it's a 2013 with
And then
100.
that'll go to auction when you're done? You won't?
Correct, yeah, it'll be
That's
gone.
something I think we need to make, that anytime somebody gets a new vehicle, the old one must go. Because we're stockpiling all these.
What if another department needs it?
Pardon?
What if another department?
That's different.
Oh, okay.
But if, you know, the department can't just keep building and building and building, then having more and more. Thank you.
I think that's pretty much what we do.
Their 2013s listed here are vehicles.
It's all of it.
Yeah.
So it's a 14.
It's a 14. Oh, okay. It was per, 157,000 miles on it?
Yes.
It is 10 o'clock, and I believe we have the Circuit Court, Judge King.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Having fun yet?
That's right. Sir, will you identify yourself and share your position?
Okay. Circuit Court Judge Ryan King, as far as my position goes, I think what I'm here for today is for the two letters that I've submitted.
Yes.
I guess the first one is the increase in public defender expenses.
For the
Last-
public vendor,
Yeah.
yes, $750 per quarter?
That's
correct?
the stipend then for Ellen for doing the reimbursement on behalf. But as far as the public defender expenses, since 2018, it's been $120,000, and that covers the public defender expenses in Ripley Circuit Court. As you can see in my letter, that deals with all the major felonies, all the juvenile delinquency cases, all the juvenile chins cases, all the mental health commitments, all the child support and incarceratory actions, just to name the high-level things. There are probably a few other things in there as well that the public defender expenses go towards. So it's been quite some time. The expense rate has gone up, as well as the chins cases is where I spend the most of my time. That's child abuse, child neglect. And as I articulate in the letter, those are highly intensive hearing cases, so that the attorneys spend a lot of time on them just in the courtroom, not only in the courtroom, but they're also spending time preparing their client, speaking with their client, meeting with the Department of Child Services as well. So What I currently have this year is not going to make it. I'm probably going to be back in front of you here real shortly, because right now the appropriation was for 120 grand. I think right now I've spent roughly about 100. I don't think the 20,000 is going to get me to the end of this year. And in seeing that, I thought, well, I better request more for next year. So that's why I'm here. Obviously, these expenses are insured by the U.S. Constitution as far as right to counsel. And I think in other counties, well, I know in other counties, they do it differently. It's a little bit odd that the judge is asking for public defense expenses, because that's generally in many counties, or certainly in a bigger jurisdiction, would be handled by the public defender or the chief public defender. But in our system here in Ripley County, we don't have a chief public defender. We don't have a public defender's office. So then that falls on the court to put in their budget. So a little bit of different thing. So it doesn't really have a whole lot to do with what I do on my daily basis as far as running the court, but certainly the citizenry have the right to counsel when they're indigent, and that's what these fees are for.
Okay. Going through council, we're in section, the circuit court, and looking, we have the letters here in the beginning. We'll be looking at location 0020 on court. And yesterday, instead of the 2,500, and you followed the requirements and the guidelines as they need to be done, we changed that it would be a 3% increase, and we're also implementing longevity for staff members to reward their dedication for years of service and things. So we'll just go down here, the court reporter 15400.
54,144.
54,144.
It would be changed to, that's 3%.
And we're doing 3%. And then we have location 14501.
52,327.
Again, Amy?
52,327.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Then we have the next one,
No change.
no change, and we have 14600, the bailiff.
52,924.
Sir, you're putting in the Pettit juror, 14700. We have that in 25 and 26, no change there. And then stipend,
I think the stipend that you're referring to, Counselor Ehlers, is the
Public
3,000, the
defender
public defender. And
and
that,
you didn't change that.
I can address that. Actually, that would be a new expense as
Okay.
well that was voted
Yes.
upon by the Public Defender Board. Ron was there, and that would be a $3,000 stipend is what, it's Ron, Liz, Kristen Libby, I think it was unanimous, the Public Defender Board voted to approve that. And what that's for is, like I was saying previously, in many counties, the public defender handles these things in reimbursement, but in Ripley County, since we don't have one, Ellen Werner, or someone from my office, handles the reimbursement of those expenses. And as you can see from the letter, what we've been able to secure since I've been in office is probably over or right at $1 million, which has been placed back into the general fund. And I think it was the position at the board is that Ellen should receive some level of compensation, because it's tedious work, and it's over and above what she does for the court. And the other good news is that also is reimbursed at the 40% level. So as it says in here, $3,000, but really the cost to the county will be $1,800.
Okay, good. Do we have totals?
If you're leaving everything the same, that's 194,425. Oh, longevity, 6150. That's 10 years for Tony, 13 for Wendy, and 18 for Ellen.
Okay, so it's 194?
194,425. That's going to be paid in a lump sum on your anniversary date.
And then our grand total? Council,
I hadn't done that because I didn't know if you were going to change anything.
the pauper council, the judge has shared with us the increase and things, and that's a request of a $35,000 increase. That's line number 36600.
I agree with that.
All right, we'll need a motion to, as soon as we get our total.
400,925.
I'll make a motion.
So Ron has moved, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Diane has seconded the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. 6-0.
That count is correct. Yeah, count that. It's not right.
We need to mark that out? All right. Contractual services, sir,
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, I don't think I really have any other
Nothing's changed
changes.
on
The only
this.
changes I have really were those two things. The one was the 125 to the 155 that you all just voted on, and the other change would be the $3,000 stipend for the public defender administrator, who at this time is Ellen, but
The only change
think
I
it would
see
just be
is
reflected.
the jury fee fund. That's new.
well, we'll need to vote on this contractual services as an individual account, just to go through it.
No, I know.
And we're just going by our, how it's in here. 37805, no change, but I need a motion to approve it.
I do have a question though.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Because I didn't do this, but the judge is an elected official,
Yes.
so longevity.
But the
But we
judge is
don't pay
paid
him.
by the state of
Yeah,
Indiana.
that's right.
there'll be nothing to put a stipend on.
Right,
or-
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not in the
I know, I'm
budget.
just thinking out loud, sorry.
Hey, I appreciate the sentiment. I'm looking at it.
Just making
That was a
sure I'm
plan.
not missing
Nah.
something.
That's right.
Yeah,
But it's
I-
good to share it so everybody
I'm
knows
just making
we're
sure
on
I'm
the
not
same.
missing something.
No, it's
I'm
good to
missing
share.
something.
I'll make the
that,
motion, Peg.
We have this brought out so everybody knows, and we are being televised.
Right.
If they had a question, then it's.
Well, I think you'll find under the Indiana law that myself, Judge Sharp, and the elected prosecuting attorney, as well as maybe the chief deputy, perhaps, I think, we're all paid by the state. So therefore, there's no longevity pay.
Yes.
I suppose, no, I don't even think you could do it if you wanted to, so, unfortunately.
Thank you. We have a motion by David to approve this. Whose second was Stan? Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6-0. Moving over, pettit jurors. Now, this is new for 26. It's account number 14700. And you've fully discussed that with us and shared with us. Do we have a motion to approve this?
Yeah.
And Stan has moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
And Ron has made a second to that motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6-0. We're looking at contractual services, and it was the same value as 25. The account number is 37805. Ron has moved. Do I have a second?
A second.
To approve this. And Diane? Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6-0. The last is a
It's 0.
6-0. Yes, ma'am.
No, it's 0.
0.
Yeah, there's,
Oh, okay, 0. Judge King, I
Okay.
believe we're finished.
Just to make sure everything stayed the same, and then the increase to public
Already
defender
approved.
is
It's already
approved, and then the 3,000 stipend is approved, right?
Yes.
'Cause
Yes, sir.
that's really the only
Yes.
additionals I had.
Correct.
It's all approved.
Well, thank you all, I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Jeff.
We appreciate what you do, and thank you. Appreciate you coming over and everyone's cooperation in moving into the new building. That was a lot going on there for a year. At 10:15, we have 5 minutes before the coroner comes. So let's have a comfort break, and we'll return at 10:15 for the coroner.
So did we not vote on this one?
There was nothing.
Okay, got it.
We'll see you guys on the way home.
You're leaving us again? Okay. Get back. My voice is getting picked up. There was it was when the judge first sworn into office. How much he looked at that time. I have a comment. To ask me something, said he's praying in the jail. So everybody's talking to him, and I said, Your Honor, I'm meaning no disrespect. Would you please say, all right, all right, all right? And all the girls were going, oh, you didn't say that to him. And he kind of stood over and said, I guess this is the method of McConaughey.
So you've heard it before.
Yeah. So when he left,
You better time all this.
outside the office at the door, nobody could see him. And he stopped.
Didn't we say coroner yesterday at 10:15? Okay,
I was telling her I had the time wrong, but I was here for EMS already, so we're good.
okay.
I'm not late, or I wouldn't, I wasn't.
And you know, yeah, you never want to be late.
No.
Oh, I saw your wife the other day.
Do I?
I saw your wife the other day.
Oh, no, you did.
Yeah, she's such a sweetie. She's a good girl.
Was she behaving?
She was working diligently, working hard.
Oh, gosh. We're gonna be here Friday, probably, aren't we?
I hope not.
Oh, well.
I'm doing Power of the Past, the craft show at the Power of the Past. So I leave here and run to Greensburg, and when they're open till 8 o'clock. Friday, and so that,
Is it Power of the, is it going on now?
yeah, it starts today,
It starts,
officially.
so where is that the fairground? Where is it? At the Greensburg Fairgrounds? So back there by the animal shelter and,
Yeah.
yeah.
The whole thing. I'm in the building up in the front.
I haven't, yeah, I ought to go to that. I've got them old tractors. I ought to go, if not take something. I got a good looking old, actually, I'll show you. I got a good looking old tractor. I've got a few of them, but I got one that really looks good. It's not freshly restored, but it just looks good. There's my John Deere, my 620. Chrome pipe on it.
All right.
When you get close to it, it isn't that perfect, but it is a good old, I mean, you hit the button, pop, 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 pop. I mean, it just fires right off.
Stephanie just asked if you...
It's a good
Did you
parade
restore
piece,
it?
huh?
Did you restore it, or was it like...
I did not. I bought it, and I've done some things to it. It's got brand new tires on it, and I had to get it. I didn't have the actual top length for the rear, but I got it coming today. It's going to be, I've had it for a while, but I'm going to make it my parade piece for dog watch. But I feel I drive the vans through, but get to pull a trailer and put the trenchers on it, put some dogs on it, yeah, no good. I mean, this is what's supposed to be at a parade.
That's what people will notice. You'll get.
I mean, the kids, oh my gosh, it's so damn loud over that straight pipe on there. Them old two cylinders just crack, I mean, crack. You know, it's like, oh my gosh.
Still being picked up.
All right. But it is so cool. You know, I've got a Farmall M, Farmall H, both the first year 39s. That's cool. And then I got a 52B John Deere, and then I got this 57 620. And
It looks
honestly, I'm a John Deere fan, but them old Farmalls are so good. Them old H&N. I mean, to go out and run one all day, that Farmall had them old John Deere's beat so bad. But I won't hardly admit it, though, you know. In my H, about all I do is spray the driveways with it. You know, I've got a little 10-foot sprayer on it, and I can spray all our barnyard. Oh, it just works perfect. That old H is a perfect thing to do that. Oh, it turns so sharp, and it's just, there's just something about it. That dumb old Farmall, you can let it set for a year and hit the starter button on it, it'll go whoop. And it's like, it don't even turn it over and it's running. It's like, how does it start that?
You said they're from the 30s?
Huh?
It was a 30s model?
39.
Wow.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that was one, the old John Deere's, I don't have any sentimental value. I just don't. I mean, it's something I picked up and done. But we got an 8N Ford, 1950. My dad bought when he was in the service. And then I've been working on it. I just put a new battery box in it. I've been kind of fixing it up a little bit. But it just runs like a clock. I mean, it just runs like a, well, you can't kill them anyway. And then we got a Farmall M and H. The M needs a lot of work. I need to pull it. It's got some bolts broke off in the head from the exhaust. I mean, that's when it won't run. But them are the ones that I'm more attached to because they were the ones I farmed with as a kid, you know? But I like them all. I just love them old tractors, but sometimes I think, why do I have them? They're just, I gotta keep the chargers on them, keep them started, keep them. It's like, why do I mess with them? They just take up room in the barn. I don't hardly,
We've completed our comfort
I don't
break.
hardly use them that much, but.
Thank you. It's 10:15, and the coroner, will you please come and share with us?
I am not the coroner, but I am the chief deputy coroner representing the coroner. And I'm only here because it seems like questions come up, and the coroner was not asked to be present today because didn't think you had any questions, but as you go through the budget, I'm here if you have any questions.
Okay.
So,
Yes, sir. When we're looking at this budget, it's the coroner's budget, and we're at 11100 point, and then there's 5 zeros. And according to our letter, it was 2,500, which that individual did correctly, except we're doing 3%. And Amy, will you share with us those values, please?
24,875, 18,626.
Oh, just a minute, if you go slow. 11900 is what?
18,626.
And 12301.
You want me to change that?
Okay, yes, that's part-time.
22,145. He
Chief-
didn't change his part-time pay though.
those are paid as a per run stipend.
Base basis, so like,
Okay,
It's a per run stipend, so they're not paid hourly, but there's a lump sum that
they do
those stipends are
sometimes
from.
get paid on a,
Oh, I'm sorry, yes, if they will take, accept responsibility, answer all phone calls, and take the runs, they are paid
didn't
hourly.
change any of them, so they get $2.50 if they're ever on call. Very seldom has anyone on call because Jason takes a lot of them. But $250 a case, 125 telephone or cell phone, or telephone call, and 125 for case training or autopsy training. And that has been that way since, for the last 3 years.
all right.
Okay.
And then, so want to share our totals there? No, I'm not trying to hurry. Just take your time.
And then Jason Bailey has 7 years of longevity, so it's 1050. So 66, 696.
All right. And there's no changes in supplies? And then we have down here, there was an increase in autopsies. That is line item number 34600 under autopsies, and he came to us the last council because it's not having enough money this year because of the increase in number of autopsies that have been needed to be performed. And for the request of the budget is an increase of $10,000.
Can I interject something?
Yes, sir.
Two things. Number one, actually three things. Number one, you're exactly correct. Those costs continue to go up, not exponentially, but they continue to go up. The number of cases has been higher this year. He's already explained all that to you at your last meeting when you covered the additional. So appreciate that. Also appreciate the consideration for the additional, the add-on to this year, or actually next year's budget for the anticipation there. That can be designated, since you approve all transfers, you can put whatever amount you want in there. That was just elevated during this budget preparation to avoid coming back and asking. So you can put whatever amount you want in there, and that can be reverted at the end. And then the third thing is, technically by law, the county has to pay that. So if coroner orders an autopsy or deputy orders an autopsy, the county's on the hook. So if that runs dry, we'll come back and ask for more. So, but that's increased this year. I think it was increased last year, maybe the year before, to try to alleviate the coming back and saying, hey, we're out of money, we need more.
There was an increase from 24 to 25.
Okay.
Just
And then-
remember, the 24, that is not what was budgeted, that was what was spent.
The actual. All right. So what's our?
I'd say leave it, because if he doesn't use it, it's coming back.
127, 583.
Do I have a motion to approve this budget?
So moved.
Stan has moved. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
No, Ron.
David?
Ron.
Ron? Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. 6-0. We appreciate everything that you do, and thank you so much.
One sentiment, thank you for the move to doing the longevity. I think that's going to be a huge benefit for full-time employees. As a part-time, salaried, no benefits employee, I kind of wish you could do something for those people. But thanks for what you are doing.
We're starting and appreciate that input.
And I think that stems from, I'll let you know where that remark stems from. Dr. Walsh received longevity, and he's in the same boat Jason is.
Okay. All right.
Well, I think that yesterday, when we discussed that position, I was at least, I can't speak for anybody else, under the impression that that was like kind of a one isolated case. And then I think we've since learned that it's not.
Yes,
So,
more than one, like there's 3 of them,
So-
4 of them.
so I do think that we need to look at that and either potentially rescind what we did yesterday or do something to look at the other people that are in a similar position that affects.
I think I'm making a list here of our discussion items. We can do that this afternoon,
I don't think
or
so.
we
need to
can,
do with David here.
okay, well,
I mean, we don't have anyone from here till 11 o'clock.
well, that's just what I was gonna share. We have no one here until 11 o'clock, which will be economic development. And we have these items, and we've asked the sheriff to come back at 1:30 today. But we have these items here on our list, and if we want to go ahead and discuss these, Dr. Welsh was one, we got additional information. We had included that individual in longevity pay. And there's, Amy, you shared there's 4 individuals, I shouldn't say in this, they are part-time, but they've been with the county enough years to receive longevity pay.
Salaried,
Sheriff,
non-benefit employees. I don't know how that works.
I think
That's what they are.
Stan hit it on the nose yesterday. I thought it
That's
was
what they
brilliant.
are.
That's
crazy.
odd. That's odd.
If you don't get perf, you don't get longevity.
is that what you
Well,
shared, Stan?
I'm with Danielle though. If you don't get benefits.
Benefit.
Or benefits, either or, yeah, same difference, right? Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I've never been able to answer this question though. I just know that that's what it's always been. Why is the coroner not eligible for benefits? Do you know?
It is an elected position.
He
I
is,
know.
he is
And I would
eligible.
think that he would be eligible, but he keeps telling us when he was hired that he was told he was not eligible.
Like
Do you know, Elise?
I thought every elected official is eligible.
I
'Cause he gets
I know,
perf.
I know that.
This is my doctor.
Okay.
I didn't know. I mean, because he came in before I became auditor, that's why I was asking if you knew. Okay.
Maybe you said this yesterday, we talked about it. Do you know, can you explain how we have part-time salaried people? No?
I mean, council's done it. I mean,
Yeah, maybe can anybody explain for my benefit, I guess, like how that?
I think it's been like that since before I was in here. I don't,
To me, if you're salaried,
the
you are
EMA
not,
has not.
you
I
are not
don't-
part-time.
pardon?
EMA has not.
No, I'm thinking like you're talking about like Dr. Welsh and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, these positions that have come up that we've just been
Because
discussing yesterday and today, that,
A lot of them are picked by a board.
There's only one picked by board.
Dr. Welsh?
We won't use individual's name, we'll use the position. The county health
It's all
officer.
public knowledge.
Well, yes, but,
What their title is, it's all public knowledge.
yes, we just refer to their title. So we don't feel like we're talking about an individual, it's the title, the
Okay,
position.
I take that back, the health director,
Okay,
health department director.
the health officer.
Okay,
I'm not a human resources expert, but to me, it seems as if you're salaried, no matter what your salary is, like, to me, that makes me think that you should be a benefits eligible employee, but I guess I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around that,
I think
that
what it,
distinction.
Don't worry, we do too.
I think what it is, Stephanie, is this position gets this much money and it doesn't matter how much they work, like with the health officer. You know, this is how much you're going to get to represent, to be the doctor for the county to sign off on stuff for the health department.
Isn't that the same?
It's almost like a subcontract.
But to me, isn't what you're describing the same as council or commissioners? I mean, they're paid like the same amount regardless of how many hours they spend here.
We're elected though.
And the health officer is not elected.
Correct.
They are, submit their qualifications and are reviewed by the health board. And the health board makes a recommendation and the commissioners say, we're selecting this person or we're not selecting this person. Is that these two individuals, correct process?
We appoint them to that decision for a 4-year term.
So is that the only distinction then between these off positions that we've been talking about?
Oh,
that-
Jason's hired by the coroner. And then the 2 EMA people are hired by EMA.
And the coroner is elected.
Correct. But that wouldn't matter about Jason's pay.
No, no,
Just 'cause
I
he's
just-
elected.
Correct. Just trying to share all
Like
the
I said-
information.
I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just the way it's always been done.
Correct.
Well, I'm a
And
big-
not that I haven't asked questions to change it, because our handbook is awful. Our handbook is awful. I mean, your elected officials should be exempt, and everyone else should be non-exempt. Or your department heads and your elected officials and your supervisors should be exempt. They should not get comp time, they shouldn't get vacation, they shouldn't get sick. They're exempt employees. And then your non-exempt employees are treated differently. But, I mean, our handbook's so wishy-washy. I mean, we have department heads that are classified as exempt but get comp time.
How long's it been since the handbook was done? Or redone?
It was way before I was auditor. I mean, the commissioners change it all the time now. Do you know what year that was, that done that, Lisa?
Not this year.
Shauna, do you know?
No, it's been a little bit, but it didn't matter, it was a waste of money, because every time somebody wanted something else, they just had to change it.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was really a waste. It needs to be done and not changed every time somebody wants a change in their division, because that's just a total waste of money. We don't have to spend all that and change it every.
Agree.
There's too many gray areas.
Way.
Way too many gray areas.
Yeah. Well, after one day of budget hearings, I've discovered that.
Yeah.
So one issue here, the Ripley County Health Officer is not eligible for our motion of yesterday that we included him. That person is not eligible because they do not receive benefits.
Was that in the motion yesterday?
So,
Our motion yesterday, Stan, you have it, go ahead, go ahead.
so I want to just make another motion to also include in that longevity, to also include to be benefit eligible.
Okay.
Is
So,
that the proper way to do that?
So are you rescinding?
you're rescinding,
I guess I'll have to rescind that.
Diane will.
Diane,
I made that one. Then I shall,
you're rescinding the motion,
yes.
and the second was Stan? Stephanie, okay. Stephanie, do you rescind that motion?
I do.
All right, we have a motion to rescind the motion of yesterday. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to raise your right hand if you're in favor of this.
In favor of rescinding?
Yes, sir. So that's 6-0.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, you will.
And for this one, you were.
Oh, okay.
There's a 5-1 vote.
Oh, okay.
So now it's 6-0, and we've rescinded it. Now, Stan, are you moving? What's the new motion?
Okay, the new motion would be for longevity to be, do I need to state them out?
I mean, I can read it off.
Okay, please.
For longevity, elected officials across the board starts in 5 years, cap at 25 years, $150 on the anniversary date, in a lump sum, have to be benefit eligible. Is that right?
Yes. We've added must be benefit eligible.
Should it say something about not anyone receiving longevity, that they don't double?
Meaning how?
Double dip.
Well, like sheriff's department or something of that nature?
Oh, they can't be receiving longevity in another department
Two different spots.
from two sources?
Yeah.
Oh, correct. Oh, I would assume.
And I'm just throwing this out as an idea, like, does this apply just for this upcoming budget cycle, or is this something like, it's a 1 year only, or this is moving forward indefinitely?
This will stay the same unless you change it in an ordinance, because once this is done, then I'm gonna
So
And then
can you
we'll-
make it just for 1 year, or it's permanent until you change the
It'll
ordinance?
stay permanent until we change it.
So next budget year, if you wanted to change it, or 28, 29.
Then John will just
it could
have to
be-
rewrite it and then change the amount. That it amends, blah, blah, blah.
The only thing that would be different would be the 3%. That's not part of this.
No, that's a raise. That's nothing to do with
The
longevity.
longevity is something to be going forward from now on until something else comes along that we feel better.
Correct.
Correct, yes.
Well, I just, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I have
Yes,
some
sir.
questions for clarification.
Bring him up.
Sir, would you like to come
Yeah.
forward?
So what, this is just because our ordinance has similar features to it. When you say the elected officials, is that their total time with the county or from the time they were elected?
As long as they don't have a lapse in service, it's total time.
Okay, because we have that specifically written in our ordinance.
And how does your ordinance read?
I don't have it in front of me, but it specifically talks about, like, as long as there's not a break in service.
They did say yesterday, maybe we want to add that too, no lapse in service.
Right.
No break in service, relapse? Okay.
Yeah.
And you may want to, just throwing this out there, you may want to include a detail about the elected officials that are paid by the state.
Right.
Like the judges and the prosecutors.
And do we want to cap it?
That was
I-
25.
It was
said
25.
cap at 25.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to put in there about the judges and the prosecutor?
Yes, I think we should, just for clarification.
Or could we state it,
No employee
staff,
paid by state?
state in that
Oh,
way?
wait a minute.
Well, think about that.
We do have some staff that's
I would
partially,
probably I would probably say prosecutor and judges, because they're really the only ones that get paid by the state.
of Indiana.
The deputy prosecutor, the prosecutor, and the two judges. Do you have it broke down? Do you know?
We do. Like, so ours, for longevity, is only for the deputies, the matron, and the jail commander.
No, I know, but the people that don't, do you have it broke down as prosecutor, deputy prosecutor, and the two judges that don't?
I don't know for sure. I know the judges and the prosecutor, I don't know the deputies.
Well, he gets paid by the state also. Not all deputy prosecutors, but chief deputy.
That's the only one that I know about. Probation
So-
is-
So we said, should we state it with the exception of, and judges, prosecutor, and assistant prosecutor?
I would probably do something like that.
Counsel, or Stan, you're making the motion, how are you going, are you going to put?
I would say with
With
those
exception.
exclusions.
You want to say exclusions or exceptions? Doesn't matter. You want to do, it's schematics, exception, exclusion,
With the exception of,
with, and list them. We put three little dots there,
prosecutor.
an assistant prosecutor. And that's what you moved, Stan? You made a motion?
Making sure nobody else has any other additions.
Thanks,
Please.
Lee.
I'm sorry?
I just said thanks, Lee.
So we need
Yes,
that.
thank you.
So we have a motion, we need a second.
Oh, I have a little bit of extra to add. It's not necessarily going to change the motion, but one thing that occurred to me overnight, and I'm not going to go there because of Amy and everything that it would change, but I don't know, I just thought that, there's a difference between somebody that's been here 5 years and somebody that's been here 25 years, and in hindsight, I kind of wish we would have maybe thought about doing something that is, maybe if you've been here 5 to 10 years, your longevity is something. Maybe if it's, you reach 10 or 20 years or something, your longevity rate maybe is a little bit different.
You'd like to tier it?
Possibly, or at least have some discussion about it, I guess. And that was one thing, like I said, that occurred after the fact, but maybe we can discuss for future
next
years.
year, That's something that we ought to consider. And Stan and Andrew and Diane met and made a detailed schematics matrix from that information. All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion that's been properly made. Amy, are we clear on the wording of that motion?
I think so.
And we have a second of that motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. It passes 6-0. All right. That takes care of one of the items on our list. And we have with the perf and the longevity, so that's something that's
Can I bring up
corrected.
something else?
Yes, ma'am.
With respect to those off positions that were kind of excluded from what we just did, is there something that we could do for those people that maybe isn't, I mean, is that anything we want to discuss?
The judge was here. He's one of the individuals that's listed as non-exempt, and he said even if we wanted to, by law, we probably could not award.
I'm not, sorry, I'm not talking about the judges. I'm talking about people like, Mr. Smith and some of those other folks that are kind of part-time, full-time.
I think they got a 3% raise though,
Okay.
correct?
No, that's good discussion.
It's just, I just wanted to discuss it. I'm not saying that I'm for
No,
or against or whatever, but.
It's looking at the big picture. We need to bring those out. All right. Well, how do we want to handle part-time, full-time, and we have the
I'm sorry.
list given to us?
If nothing else, it sounds like the handbook needs to be, clarify some of those things maybe a little bit more,
Oh,
at the very minimum.
It needs to be updated.
Are you guys working on update? Mark was kind of saying something about for the handbook. He was wanting some clarification yesterday. So, and I didn't know if you guys was actually working on a new handbook right now.
To see what happened with all this, the longevity, to see if that was something that needed to be included, but, yeah, we definitely have talked about updating the handbook. So,
I think that's something that you should look into in 2027. I think that's a great idea.
So does this change, will this change what you did for the coroner? Did you add longevity in for him? That he's not eligible?
It won't change. He's an elected official. Apparently he's eligible. He's always told me that he's not eligible, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're eligible for benefits.
Maybe he's confused with not being eligible as far as he's just not taking the benefits. He's
Well-
eligible, but he's got benefits
You've also
elsewhere.
put longevity in his line item.
I know.
Okay.
He was told when he was elected in previous quarters, been told by previous office holders, not saying auditors, not saying it's right or wrong, that they were not eligible for any benefits.
Okay, well, sometimes we go by what's been shared or told and some incorrect information.
I think that's something that the commissioners probably ought to bring up pretty soon, if possible, about the coroner with benefits. As far as I'm concerned, he's an elected official. Every elected official has the opportunity for the benefits, whether they take it or not is up to them.
Is there anyone else that's an outlier like
Not
that?
that I'm aware of.
Okay, so the commissioners will take that up for discussion.
Can we put that on there agenda for, just remind me, we'll talk about it next Monday.
Because you're
I'll
going to
send
be,
myself an email.
you're going to be meeting at 1 o'clock this coming Monday. Correct, sir? Yes. All
Well,
right.
and does it also need to be discussed or maybe clarified, at least in the handbook, these other few positions that, some clarity around these other few positions that are salaried, but they're considered part-time?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions about that myself, so yeah, we will talk about it.
I think, an HR expert, I am not, but I think it is determined upon if they work more than, I think it was 30 hours per week. The average, because I know when we had part-time people in EMS, they were considered part-time, they were hourly. And, but if they couldn't work more than 30 hours, you couldn't average 30 hours, because that would qualify them according to the handbook as being full-time.
Full-time.
Then they would be eligible for benefits, because the handbook says full-time employees are eligible for benefits. So I think you can consider, even their salary, as long as they're not working over 30 hours a week, they can be considered
And in the handbook,
eligible for benefits.
handbook, I believe it says 30 hours or less is considered part-time, and if it's more, it's considered full-time. Isn't that correct how it's written?
Believe so.
All right, well, I'll go to,
Did you want to talk about the 3% while we're talking about?
oh, good,
While
okay,
everybody
Stan,
is
all
here.
right. We'll talk about the 3%.
So it was brought up yesterday that the 3% raise for part-time employees, at that rate, that the county truck drivers would be making less per hour than, a raise per hour than the salaried employees. So I spoke with Commissioner Mark Horseman yesterday evening, and I told him our dilemma. And he said he doesn't think that the county worker, the truck drivers would be concerned with that because they would be receiving longevity. So he said he didn't see it as an issue.
But not every truck driver is gonna get that longevity. I just don't think it's just the truck drivers either, them were just the ones that came to mind.
Sure.
And, I mean, it's everyone, I mean,
All right,
everyone's gonna be making less than 75 cents an hour with a 3% raise, pretty much.
did you,
Most.
did you
Most
share
of
it was 66 cents on an average? 69 cents?
Was the truck drivers.
Was the truck drivers, we said part-time, the increase would be 75 cents, except it's been brought to our attention that there's some individuals with the raise would be making 69 cents, which is less than the part-time 75 cents. Are we clear? Is that shared?
Yes.
Clear? Clear? How do we want to address?
I mean, I agree that it's a problem and it needs addressed, probably, but I don't have a solution other than to say the part-time rate is 50 cents instead of 75. I don't have another good idea. I don't know if anybody else does.
That's one of the reasons I think why we did away with percentages years ago, is because if you're making $50,000, you get a nice raise. If you're making $40,000, you get a halfway raise. And if you're making $30,000, you're not getting much. That was one of the reasons we tried to do away with the percentages. And now we're doing, we need to figure something out, because it's not fair to pay a part-time person 75 cents
Why
and
don't you just do 3% across the board? It's not that hard, like they make $15.75 an hour now, why don't you do 3%?
We didn't do that, the part-time always got the same percentage, and
I was
What is
trying
that?
not to get involved and get flustered, but $16.23 an hour.
What
That's
is the-
3%.
3%, but what is that, the amount? Is that 70 cents?
Does it matter?
or-
Why don't we just say
No.
that if they're an hourly employee, which that's what most 90% of part-time people are, it's
That's probably
3%.
Yeah, that's a
you
good
go
idea
back and
too.
look at the
No, I
previous
think that's
years,
probably-
If we got a 2% raise, part-time got a 2% raise. If we got a 1%, part-time got a 1%.
Instead of breaking it out,
3%.
it's consistent across.
Yeah, I forgot that was mentioned yesterday. I think that's another good solution.
Sorry.
I think that's, no, you cannot fluster. Yesterday, who made the motion for the part-time staff being 75 cents?
Stan and David,
Okay,
5-1. I think Ron is the one that withdrew.
okay, Stan and David. So Stan, do you want to rescind that motion and make it 3% across the board?
Well, I think we need to rescind it and start moving, so yes, I do rescind.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think it needs to be redone.
Now we're going to vote on it. All in favor, any discussion? All in favor of rescinding this motion, raise your right hand.
It's gonna be a mess.
Those opposed, same sign. It's 6-0. And we've got Stan and David rescinded that motion. Now we need a new motion that says across the board, it's 3%. Does anybody want to make that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, David,
I
you
think it's a good
moved
idea.
to make that consistent, 3%. I need a second. Stan. Discussion. It's 3% across the board.
It fixes it. It fixes all that.
Hearing no discussion, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. David, Stan made the motion, and it's 6-0. Are we good? We're all clear? So we can go now, looking at the EMS. We have these values. Are we just going to go through and do 3%?
Do you want to do EMS or do you want to do the Dr. Walsh?
Well, okay, the health department. What do you suggest?
Well, he doesn't get benefits.
No.
Somebody's going to have to rescind.
Yeah.
Dan and Ron are going to have to rescind, and we're going to have to take the longevity off of, that Dr. Walsh was to get, and then make another motion.
All right.
And is that the only change in that budget?
I would think that would be the only change. But I don't, I mean, because you guys approved it, but now that you've done this,
All right.
I have meetings on doing that.
I do, a
Okay,
standard
I
on
thought
it.
you said David, I'm sorry.
I got Stan and Ron.
Okay,
Stan?
I rescind the motion on location 0034, health department.
I rescind also.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. We're rescinding that motion of yesterday. Thank you. Thank you. It's 5-0.
It has to be 5-1 at least. Is he going to abstain?
Well, yes, he's abstaining.
Yeah, I wasn't here.
Now, we need a new motion.
Okay, so that raises the longevity to 4,200. Is that correct, Danielle? Is that what you guys are going to go back to?
That's what I crossed out to begin with yesterday.
We all on the same page? 4,200?
For the longevity.
Okay.
We'll make your top number
It's our new values.
441,160. That's
All
the
right.
top.
Now,
And the bottom will be 489,223.
okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. Stan, you've moved to approve. I need a second.
Motion.
Ron? We've made the change about the health officer. Any discussion?
Yes, I would like to pick back up the discussion of whether it's this position and the few others, if there's anything that we want to do for those folks that have longevity but fall outside of the criteria that we've just stated for longevity or not. That wasn't clearly, I guess, decided in my mind, but maybe you all thought it was.
I don't think for the 26 budget, I don't think.
How many people in those positions How many, can you clarify, Amy, how many people there are in those sort of odd positions that longevity affects? That they've been here would otherwise,
Jason, Dr. Welsh. Let me look at the two EMA, I can't remember.
Dog warden.
No, Gordon would get it.
I thought it was 4.
Oh, I missed the dog warden. So, yeah, Todd Shuby would get it, and so would Richard. So
That's
all of
5.
them, except for, yeah, all of them.
Who is our paid dog?
Huh?
Who is our paid dog? Who do we pay?
Polly, so no, she would not. Everybody says it's Perry, but it's not Perry, it's Polly.
Polly?
The white. Yeah.
And she's not been here, so 4. Sorry. I'll get it here in a minute. Everybody talking at once.
Okay, so it's 4.
So it'd be Dr. Well, it'd be the health officer, the 2 EMA, and the deputy prosecutor, or the coroner, I guess,
That's a
sorry.
promotion.
That was a promotion, huh?
Long way and a hell of a lot more responsibility.
That's right.
I'm gonna say that I'm not of the, I mean, I hear you that maybe they shouldn't, because of the difference in their, I guess, status as an employee, that maybe they shouldn't necessarily get the same longevity that everybody else does, but I feel like,
They don't get longevity.
I understand, but I'm saying like, they should get something. That's just the way I feel. I mean, if I'm the Lone Ranger in that, that's
3% raise,
fine.
correct?
They're getting a 3% raise.
But to me, it's an odd, because it's not clear in the handbook. They're like, they're full-time, part-time. To me, that if it's not that, then it needs clarified so that, I don't know, I just feel like there's people here that are outliers and that they have been here a long time. And
Do we have any other discussion? We'll proceed to vote. This motion's been properly made by Stan and Ron.
Voted on, wasn't it?
No, not yet. We had
I thought
discussion.
it was too.
No, not yet. So we've had a motion made by Stan, seconded by Ron. We've had discussion. We'll proceed to vote. And you all realize what we're voting on. We're voting on the county health department budget. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6-0. All right, now, we've gone to a 3% across the board for part-time people. Previously, we had it as a 75-cent increase. We're going to need to go through, correct, Amy? And make changes to those individuals?
I don't think you really, no, because they're all hourly.
Okay.
I mean, you didn't change anything on anybody's budget for their part-time people. I mean, the only thing that's gonna need to be changed is the salary ordinance, because when they turn their salary ordinance in, they put, is it 1575, or they put 1650, is that right? Yeah, 1650, where now it'll be 1623.
Okay, so it's going to be 1623. Let's process this. Are we clear? We don't have, when they turn it in, but in our budget, we approved part-time as 75 cents per hour. So,
They get paid out of a line item though, so like go to the area and planning.
okay,
So they have clerical, it's $10.50. Whether they get paid $16.23 or they get paid $16.50. I mean, if they get paid out of that line item, when that line item's gone, they don't have any more money, as long as they're getting paid the correct amount. That's why when the salary ordinance is sent to you guys, you're supposed to look at it and make sure the part-time amounts are correct that you sign off on for the end of the year.
Does that make sense to you?
We okay?
Yeah, because just like Amy said, the money's there. It might be a little extra, and that's fine.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like this area in planning clerical, he didn't raise it any.
No,
I mean, and if you go to mine, or go to the assessors, she didn't raise any of her clerical. If you go to the auditor, I didn't raise any of my clerical.
okay. I just want to make sure that it's a clear understanding and that we're not making a mistake. Okay. All right. Now let's look through these and see, we've got a little time. It's 11 o'clock
Gary's supposed to be here.
and Gary should be here.
Is there
Economic
anything else we
development.
wanted to discuss?
What, exactly. What else do we want to discuss?
Do you have anything on your list?
I have a few things on our list. The sheriff is going to come back at 1:30.
Right.
And we're going to be discussing that. Then I also have each one of the agencies, the amounts, and we'll discuss that tomorrow. Anybody else think of anything? Have we cleaned this up?
Tried to.
I shouldn't say cleaned it up, but clarified is a better terminology.
This is something though that we should not do during budget hearings, like all of this.
Correct.
This is something that should be decided long ago, so we don't have to sit here and do every one of these budgets over again.
I agree.
I mean, I don't want to do it, and I know there's not an auditor after me that wants to do it.
I understand. You're right.
But it happens every year. We did it last year.
Yes, we did. You're right. All right, we're waiting here, economic development. I anticipated that he was coming.
I'm sure you haven't heard anything.
I have not.
Can we call him?
Now, let's just go to the next one that we're not going to have to, they're not coming in, and let's just look at it and
We'll move on. Okay, okay, yes, sir.
Do you have any questions for the EMS budget outside of the salary? Because Alice came back thinking you might have something to talk about, so
That'll be,
you got that all ironed
that
out?
economic development will be under commission.
I believe so.
It'll be under like
Yes, sir.
non-profit, so
I mean,
Thank you.
it'll
do
be,
you want to look at that while Alex is here?
Okay,
it'll be under the commissioner's tab.
Thank you.
Ask me-
okay, we're
I
going to
don't
look
know
at the
whether-
EMS
Thank you, that's helpful.
council.
I want to look at the EMS
No,
thing while you
them
was talking about it.
and then, yeah, all the numbers are in the very back of the commissioner.
Come on up.
Come on down.
Or, yeah, sorry, come on down.
All right. Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, no problem.
You wanted the opportunity. We have rescinded something of the 75 cents per hour, 3% across the board.
Okay. Is there a way for me to, I guess, adjust the salary ordinance where we can bump the full-time just a little bit?
That'll be bumped 3%.
Yeah, is there, well, I guess, let me rephrase. Because that keeps my full-time and my part-time the same, but my other full-time, part-time medics are still different. So is there a way for me to, I guess, adjust the full-time a little bit more so
So
that,
like what she maybe wants to do is put her full-time at $18 and her part-time at $17.77.
right. So there's a,
$17.77 is a 3% raise. 18 is a little bit more, but it separates her full-time and part-time. I'm just making it.
which is,
equal.
yes, which would be actually fine.
So they're currently at 17.25.
All, yes. But like I said, in October of last year, you guys hired them in and they didn't change the,
Rate of pay.
yeah.
Right, I understand, okay. And that
I
was,
wouldn't have a problem with that at all.
The only question that I have is, is this going to affect anybody else? Like any other departments that are gonna say we did for one and not the other?
Opening up a can of worms.
That happens every year, though.
Any discussion, any questions? She's here.
Could you explain it one more time, what you'd like to see?
So before we had full-time EMTs, we only had full-time medics and part-time EMTs. There was a differentiation between full-time medic pay and part-time medic pay. When we hired in the full-time EMTs last October,
Okay.
we didn't change it. I'm assuming because it was towards the end of the year and Scott was just
Right.
left it how it was.
Absolutely.
I just want to see a differentiation so that there's a little bit more for full-time and a little less for the part-time.
So on which one of these, on the full-time, what would you be thinking? I mean,
I think the, like 18 and the 1777 is fine, or 1870, or 1775 and 18. It doesn't have to be much, I just want there to be a little difference. That way, going forward, when we do raises, there's kind of,
Okay, now, our full-time staff have the option of receiving benefits. The part-time staff are not receiving benefits.
That is correct.
yeah.
And I'm not trying to harp or just bringing out points. That option of having health care is tremendous.
Right,
What
then-
we are paying for health care in the county, and we want to treat staff fairly, but for a family, it's, would amount to what, like about $35,000 a year? Wow, that is a incredible, am I incorrect, commissioners?
That's pretty accurate,
Yeah, so the reason that I'm asking is because right now we have part-time medic pay, full-time medic pay, and then the EMTs are all the same. So I guess if you don't want to give the full-time a little bit more than the part-time, then do we move the part-time medics to the full-time medic wage? It's just really weird on the salary ordinance, I feel like, to have it differentiated for one class and not the other.
I understand what you're saying.
I
Yeah.
understand.
And I agree. Yeah.
You're asking us to adjust for what wasn't adjusted last year.
Correct.
Out of those two scenarios you just presented, do you have a preference?
I personally have a preference to having it separate because, like I said, the full-time staff do have more responsibilities around station than the part-time. So I do feel like they maybe would be entitled to that little bit of extra money, but I would be fine with either decision. I just would like it to be the same across the board for both positions.
But I understand, okay. Council, what do you want to do? And we realize we're opening up for this discussion, all of this that we've done before.
Sorta. I mean,
8 EMTs, 8 paramedics, correct?
Yes.
I just want to make sure I have my numbers right. Thank you, sorry.
again, I always like to clarify, I'm the newest person here, but what I heard her say that there's a difference is that the difference that you're talking about just started in October.
Correct, yeah. Well, like October of '24. So there
Right.
weren't full-time EMTs. It was just all part-time staff. And then they created 8 positions for EMTs.
Full-time.
That would have been
Full-time.
done after the last budget cycle.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's
And
the
then,
difference.
yeah. And I think because it was October, Scott just left it how it was, and my assumption is that he would fix it on the next one.
It was
but
done before budget.
I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was done
You're
in,
sure?
yeah, it
I was
was,
just going off what I
yeah,
thought I
it
heard.
was, yeah.
If Claire,
It was done mid-year.
It said before budget, people weren't hired until after the budget.
Okay.
meetings, But the salary was based on, the only addition to the budget would be the benefits. So the salaries for those individuals were based on the hourly rate that was already established.
and if I understand correctly, you're sharing that a full-time individual, the expectations are greater
Yes.
than what a part-time position is.
Yes.
All right, council. I need a motion or how we're gonna progress here.
I agree with Alex. I
Well,
think,
you gotta figure out what you're gonna put down as numbers before we make a motion.
If it's 3% or what are we doing?
I agree with Alex that her full-time people should make more than the part-time people. They have more responsibility. They have to be there for work. A part-time person, I'm not coming in today, get somebody else.
And for my clarification, that is the same or that is different than other departments here between full-time and part-time staff?
Well, I think you have to look at each department individually, because without the part-time, we'd have a lot more full-time EMTs. We'd have to where the offices here, I don't know, I can't answer that. I don't know if the offices here, if the part-time are set up on a schedule to work, or if they choose.
Not on a schedule to work, but I'm just clarifying, do they make the same rate that full-time employees make?
No, I don't believe so, but
believe
maybe
so.
if we wouldn't mind putting someone on the spot, our treasurer's here, and would you want to share? You have your full-time staff, and then do you have some staff, individuals who you may call in that would be a part-time, or?
I call it a part-time very seldom, maybe 2 or 3 times a year, that's all.
Okay,
It makes less money than.
okay,
I don't know of
Sherry,
any part-time person that makes the same as any full-time person,
okay,
other than this position right here.
okay.
So it's actually aligning this position to be the same as everyone else. It's not
Yes.
necessarily opening up a can of worms.
Yes.
So it's, we're adjusting
Right.
what wasn't
I
adjusted
mean,
last
you're
year.
really adjusting it a quarter. You're adjusting it a quarter. You're making the regular, what they're making now, $17.75, and you're putting 8 EMTs that are full-time to $18. I mean, it's a quarter.
Exactly.
Correct.
That should have been done last year.
Yeah, it should have been done last year.
So we're just adjusting that to make it more or less a correction.
Council, what are we gonna do?
I'm gonna make a motion to make the full-time EMTs $18 an hour.
Stan has moved, $18 an hour, full-time. Do I have a second?
Okay, well, wait a minute. Let's do them all.
Oh, okay. All positions as shown?
Yes.
Okay.
So, like, paramedics full-time, she's got 25.85, but if you do a 3%, it's 25.39.
Yes?
The part-time is 24.93. Alex, I'll send this to you.
Okay.
All right.
Do you want to keep that paramedic field training officer? That is not something that we've had in the past.
That's kind of a new
It's new.
classification.
So I don't,
I would like to keep it, and the rate would just be $1 more than whatever the full-time medic.
So as a training officer, do they still go on runs?
Yes, they're they're just like any other employee, except like when we hire someone new, or we do a lot of classes. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. We put on like EMT classes, and we're actually going to do an advanced class here before long. And this is a person who is, I guess, entrusted to teach the student, teach the orientee how we do things. And then they have so basically they have somebody with them a lot of the year that they're in charge of. And I just wanted a way to be able to,
So they're an educator.
yes,
They're an educator, and they also serve as maybe a mentor.
correct, yep. Preceptor, I guess would be a good.
All right.
So that
She has
position would be $26.39,
It'd be $1 more than whatever the full-time medic.
$25.36.
Yeah.
26.39. The next one is 2016.
The EMT advanced,
Yes,
2016.
yes. And then you said the EMT full-time 18, EMT
Flat,
part-time
18, no 45 cents, 18.
18,
Okay, I'm not arguing, I just verifying. And then,
17.75.
all right,
Right, is that okay?
It's perfectly fine by me.
the field officer, training, field,
That's probably the
So
same as the a paramedic.
Yeah, it's just for the EMT level.
So it would be 19.
Yes.
Flat.
Yeah.
Assistant director,
Assistant EMS director.
That one's not new.
I don't think we've ever had one though. But it wasn't on the last salary ordinance.
Okay. Was
I
it
can
on?
go get it. I'll go get it to make sure.
Yeah, because that's Jason's position.
I'm willing to pay, to be honest with you.
I know I based it off of something, not that.
All the hats, it's hard to keep up, isn't it? It is.
you just didn't pull that out of the air? Okay, we'll wait just a second.
Yeah.
And we'll get clarification on that. EMS instructor,
So that one is a weird one, and hopefully she'll bring the salary ordinance from the year before, because I'm not sure what Scott was doing. In '24, it was 34 and some change, so I took that with the raise. I don't know why he dropped it. I don't know what his thought process on that was. That is the person that instructs the class. They're for at least 8 hours a week, sometimes 16, doing instruction, plus all of the prep for it, and they're in charge of the class. And those classes run for 6 months, so that's like a pretty big undertaking for them.
Is that,
and they have to have.
I can't remember if that was.
Levels of qualification.
Correct.
in order
Yes,
to
they have to be
teaching that.
a primary instructor, and then we have other classes that we offer. We bring money in off of them also, because we were able to charge for the classes.
I
And
don't know if that came from a grant.
Was that? do you
Because
think?
he had a grant, but it was not for staffing. It was just for material. Like, we bought
Is that what, okay,
mannequins.
okay.
He
I
bought
can't,
some
Yeah, we got a bunch of mannequins and training things.
Okay,
We're putting in for another project on the grant.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fourth quarter, just say,
all right.
it's called greasing the skis as well.
Looking forward to seeing that.
For some of that same stuff, actually.
Okay.
and that your cycle has just ended, and the due date was the 15th of July, I believe, because we missed it for council by about 5 days.
15th October, it's on my calendar.
So,
I've got it started.
okay,
You're right. Can you show them the assistant EMS director, 2653? I must have just missed it.
2653,
I don't know how I did that. That's
25.
correct. It was 25.
okay.
So it would be 2733.
All right.
Can you show them the salary ordinance where he went from like 34 to 25?
Yep. Oh, you mean from the year before?
Yeah, like, because it explains why it's such a big.
Yeah, I'll have to go pull. Sorry, I took it upstairs.
I think you emailed that to me.
Probably did. I don't have that one because I already took them upstairs.
We're talking about EMS.
Yeah, it was like
assistant
$34.25 or 34 even, and
It was whatever that number is minus the 2,500.
then $25. He moved it last year to 25.
Okay,
But the year before it was $34.
in
Let me look.
24.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember the rationale for that.
I don't either. I was.
The only thing I can think
I
of
think I
is
can find it.
we didn't make enough money in the class to justify paying $35 an hour, so we cut it. Might be.
I'm with you. 34.51 was what it was in 24, and then Scott moved it to $25.
All right. So we're going off of the 25, or we're going off the 34?
I would like you guys to go off of 24 because most of our PIs are medic level, and I'm not going to be able to find anyone to teach a class for 6 months for 25.
And I will tell you this, that comes out of the 4962, which is the instructor's fund, and it pays for itself because they paid them fees to go to them classes
Yeah.
that go back into that
And we're-
fund to pay for that
Yeah, and one of the
instructor.
things.
It's not like the county's paying it. I mean, the people are really paying her that wage.
Yeah. And one of my big things coming in was to expand our education, so I would like it to be
That
at
was
the,
one of your objectives.
yeah.
All right, so what do we come up with?
Well, it depends on how you want to do it.
You do it, 3451 times 3%?
Or do you just, I mean, it's more than what she has there now.
Okay, we'll go with what she has there.
I'm not counsel, I can't answer
The
that.
3526.
Yeah, we'll leave the 3526. All right. The assistant instructor,
That one is fine at 25, if you guys are good with that.
okay. All right. Now we'll look at the rest. Okay, Social Security for those items.
Which are going to be a little different
Now,
since we,
you have.
Changed.
Okay. Those will
Yeah.
change with that.
I mean, are they gonna change a whole lot?
probably not
I
significant.
mean, I wouldn't probably do anything with it because you're all lump sum. I mean,
Okay.
It's higher than it would be,
Yeah,
so you'll
yes.
be,
yeah, I really think she'll be okay, but if she's not, you may have to come in and ask just to clean it up at the end of next year.
Okay.
Now, we have 0055 EMS. On our pages, it's page 77, that was run July 17. We have technology, and you increased that by 3,000.
Yes, so Scott, before he left, we purchased ESO. We had ESO for our charting, like our patient care reports, but he actually purchased additional modules for scheduling and personnel management, training. And this is just the change for that. That's how much it costs.
All right.
I think he would have,
Any questions, council? Okay, and medical supplies, an increase of $15,000. We were at $70,000 for 25, and moving it up to 85.
yeah, that's just more to do with the cost of things increasing.
That's line item number 25311, all right? Uniforms, it's 25800, an increase of 5,000.
For the additional EMTs, we Scott had set up a clothing allowance for the employees, so they were able to get a set amount per year, and that's just the extra people on there.
And line item number 29641, telephone and cell, an increase of 2,000.
Yes, that is for some of the Cradle Point stuff, I believe. Chris asked me for that.
Down in the next section, automobile increase, insurance has gone up.
Yeah, that was part of what the list you guys sent out of the county increases.
Radio equipment, an increase of 3,000.
Yes. Some of our pagers and stuff have been starting to time out, and then we also have to put in a new low band, right, in Versailles for the pager system.
Okay, and then you've referred to EMS education. Building and repairs,
I don't have it in front of me. I don't.
It's going up from 5 to 10.
Yeah,
36.
so this year, that's more of just, I wasn't completely sure, because this year he had it at 5, and we have already hit that because we had 2 springs go out at both stations on our big doors. Those were like $2,500.
is this at Versailles and then at the Milan?
Both, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a spring we had to replace in Milan for a Chase door, and then we had 2 springs at the Versailles station. That, apparently that.
is the one at Milan, is that building under warranty yet?
Yeah,
It
who
was
installed
the
that?
original, it was the original doors. So there was 3 doors that never got touched.
The problem with one of the existing doors.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
It was in the old.
Right.
old building.
Okay.
I shouldn't say old, but it was the 66 building or something. And then we have here the 80,000, we've discussed that.
Yeah, and that's like a guesstimate. I don't have like an official quote or anything. I think it'll be far below that, but having not priced chase trucks, I wanted to make sure.
Sure.
I'd rather give money back than.
All right.
Well, this stays with you anyway, because this is the lit EMS public safety. I mean, it can't go anywhere other than to EMS.
All right. We have the budget request 0055 EMS. Do I have, I need values, Amy.
There's one value that changed, and it's longevity, because Kendall, or Lamar and Humphreys have 12 years together, so that's 1,800.
All right.
Needs to be added.
To their.
Longevity.
Oh, we have longevity now.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. They
Okay.
approved longevity. Once you're here 5 years, you'll get the back pay of 5 years. On that first 5th year, it will get $750.
Okay.
And then thereafter, unless it's changed for some reason, you get $150 for each additional year you work.
Okay.
You start to accumulate from your day one.
Yes.
But you're not paid
Until their 5th
until
year.
your anniversary date of the 5th year.
How do
So
we
you have-
pay that out? By like
For a lump sum. We're
A
going
lump
to
sum.
utilize a lump
Okay.
sum on the anniversary date.
Okay.
You have quite a few of them that'll get longevity, don't you?
No, just.
I think it's just those two. We had Jenny, but she just took a nursing position, so
She would have gotten it.
yeah.
There would have been 3 of them, but
Oh, okay, she's not there anymore?
No, she's there part-time, but she took a nursing position at
Oh, I
Martin
see.
Mary. Yeah.
All right, so do we have a motion?
What's that, sorry?
She got,
Amy, did you share that?
Yeah.
I don't have it written down.
well, we were talking.
Yes, I know.
So the top total is 11,311.03. The bottom total is 16,19,058. Did you make a motion on the first
No, ma'am.
page, the first budget?
We have not. So we'll step back, and this is location 0055. But we're, okay, Ron has moved. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Stephanie has seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Same sign. Opposed, 6-0. Now,
Do you want to make a motion on the changes of pay?
okay,
I know,
that's-
I started to, and do I need to list that in my motion?
I think we have them all here. I can go down them real quick. 2539, 2493, 2639, 2016, 18, 1775, 19, and 2733. 35, 26, and 25.
that's what I have. Stan, you move?
Yes, I'll make a motion on that.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Let
I
Diane.
think it was Diane.
Let Diane.
All right, any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign, 6-0. Okay, we have our first page, then we have the next page, and we have 0055, and this is with our Social Security and PERF and different automobile insurance and those things.
Are you talking about the lit?
The lid,
Yeah,
yes.
The fund number is 1236.
And we've discussed that. Do we have a motion? Oh, no? Did we?
We didn't do a motion on that.
1236, 055.
We didn't do a motion, I'll
on
check.
1151,
I'll make a motion.
055.
Okay, we moved.
Okay.
Now, let's see. Okay, Ron has moved. Do we have a second?
Second.
No, Stephanie.
David?
Stephanie, I think.
It was Diane.
Or Diane.
Go ahead.
We'll get it right here sometime.
D written, so. All right, any discussion? Motion's been properly made and second. Ron and Diane, any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. Raise your right hand. All in favor? Those opposed, same sign. 6-0. Do we need fund number 4962 EMS training? We'll need to approve that. So it's our very last one. It's page 91, the bottom of our sheet.
Motion.
We have a motion from Stan. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Ron has seconded the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. 6-0. Council, Amy, have we completed all accounts for the Ripley County EMS?
I guess. If you went over all of them and made motions on them, I don't know.
I think
It
we
was just
have
3, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you,
And now we have, right here, economic development, please.
And that's under the commissioners.
You want me to?
I don't care, this was just our adjourned.
It's time to, I realize that they have been here waiting very patiently on us.
We had it as 11:30, Deb and I did for our schedule, so we apologize for
Yeah.
miscommunication.
Thank you. Is this an update to what we have, or is this a replacement, or share
The
with
first
me?
sheet was, Jeff had said the first sheet didn't get copied.
Okay.
It was a little blurry, so we got that copy for you.
Yeah, it's just new copies.
Okay,
And
thank you.
we have a, Gary has a PowerPoint for you, but we're not going to put it up in
Now we'll do,
Okay.
this one take a lot of time. So if you go to the, which says 2026 goals, we've been here many, many times and explained kind of what we've done, what we do, who we are. What I want to talk about this time is some of that, but mostly what we want to do coming up.
Okay,
So we were thankful you guys did the comprehensive plan. We did assist in that to the point of, we did the $40,000 grant for Rising Sun, we've already given name. So some of these goals we want to do, and starting with the comprehensive plan, you know, I'm not gonna read this verbatim, you guys can see this. So we want to align with that strategic plan because of the comp plan. The comp plan goes hand in hand with economic development. Land use, there's a lot of things in the comp plan that we will be able to utilize. And now's the perfect time to start doing that. And collaborating across agencies, you know, we already work with every agency that's out there in Ripley County, but because the comp plan's going up and pull everything together, and nobody wants to put a plan on the shelf and not use it. And this is our opportunity to really, really make a difference for Ripley County. The workforce and talent development,
39
the
page.
the Career Center we've been partnering with for a long time, because there's a lot of talent that comes out of that Career Center, there really, really is. And through the Ready Grant program that Barry and I are involved with, the Career Center is going to get some money to do some upgrades and updates that they desperately need. So we can utilize them even more so, working with them. And it'll, you know, the apprenticeships and the internships, they'll be able to do more of those. So that's, again, getting them out to companies. The infrastructure and housing, there will be a component, smaller, there will be a component in the comp plan with the housing. So now is the time to talk about, it's called a HOTIF, which is a housing TIF districts that we have in the state of Indiana now. And some counties around us are using those, and that's something I will bring back to you guys to have a further conversation, you and also the county commissioners as well, because it's a revenue, opportunity to create revenue within a district for housing, to incentivize builders to come in and do some housing. So that's part of that program. As far as economic development, you know, business retention expansion, we do a lot of that. That's kind of a big deal. I go Monday night to the Milan Town Council, Pike Lumber yet again is growing. They're buying more land. It's actually the last of the land that's in that park there that was designed for them. So we're buying the property now, and we have the appraisals done. We're ready to sit down at the table and negotiate with them to buy that property. In a few years, they have the plans to put a dry kiln in. So the dry kilns will be, of course, adding jobs, and that's rather expensive to put that in. So it'll be 2, 3, 4 years before they actually put that in. But again, you plan for the future. And that's what this whole thing's about, moving forward, not continuing looking back, so.
I hate to interrupt you, but nationwide, I believe there's a current trend in, I shouldn't say buy America, but come to America and relocate. Do you see any potential for
Yes.
anything to come here to
We
Ripley
do.
County?
We do, and I'll actually cover that here at the end, yes.
Okay.
We have really good opportunities right in front of us. We've done grants before, marketing. That's the biggest thing too, is for us for marketing. And, the two gentlemen up there I know for sure, that Ron, you're in, that's what you want. And David, if you don't advertise and market, nobody knows who you are. And in years past, our budget's been kind of really tight, so we've not been able to market as well. Just couldn't. So that's one of the things we want to do, a lot heavier marketing campaign in '26. Small businesses, the small business is kind of the lifeblood of every county. We have the big ones like the Hill Roms, Baseball Till One Dies, with Ripley County, you have Ohio Rod. But it's these smaller companies, they don't hang a shingle out, that there's a lot of employment in small business. So that's the big thing. Jenny Fowler is with the SBDC, and she's great. And now that we have an opportunity in our building to hold some workshops to do that. Talk about, P&L. Like if somebody don't look at their P&L every month, they should be, because when they look at their balance sheet and wonder why the balance sheet's off, go back to their P&L. Those are the kind of programs that she does. And of course, always working with Chamber of Commerce and Tourism. Quality of place. In today's age, there's no county has a county coordinator, as far as community development. We have Holly and Marcel's, and you can see what that's done. That's a lot. So it kind of defaults back to economic development because quality of place, quality of life, it was hand in hand because the company, when they come to look in an area, they look at what's around. They see the pocket park, they see the trails, they see all those kind of things. They like that. That's what they want to see. That's a big thing for them. Zoning, this again kind of ties back to the comp plan. We want to work with the comp plan and planning zoning because land use, there's some properties that are zoned out there that probably shouldn't be, and some that probably should be zoned different. And that's something that's being looked at now through the comp plan. And there's a steering committee that I'm on. So I've made every steering committee, every focus committee group with HWC. And I think you guys will be really, really happy when you see this comprehensive plan come out. It's very enlightening. Nothing like I expected it to be. Well, sort of like I expected it to be, but there was a lot of pleasant surprises with some up-and-coming generations. What they had to say and what they felt. So that's all good stuff. Partnerships, transparency, accountability. That's kind of what we are. We want to make sure in 2026 we have that fully. We've always done that. We don't run secretly, although we do have a lot of confidentiality that we just can't share. And there's a couple of projects that currently right now that we're working on. I just can't share, but it's good stuff. So this last page here is a marketing campaign. Again, back to marketing. Create business incentives and increasing the revolving loan program. Revolving loan program, we did put an application in through rural development for an additional $90,000. But it was kind of stalled. It's just been put on hold. Federal funding has been put on hold for right now. Once it goes through, we should be able to receive that. And as a matter of fact, either this afternoon, probably tomorrow, we'll be making yet another loan here locally in Ripley County for a revolving loan fund. And we're well over $300,000 of money that's revolving around. So we want to push and keep it going forward next year. And the business incentives is one thing I want to talk about, and that's the reason we would like to request the 12%. We appreciate what you give us, but the 12% will be able to get us to where we can have an incentive program again. So there's 2 buildings in Ripley County right now that just came online as far as our inventory. One's in Summon, one's in Osgood. They're both over 100,000 square feet. And so there's some really, really good projects we can work on. We're actually talking, we're working with one right now. we don't have an incentive program just because of lack of funding. So 12% would help us create and get back to that incentive program that we once had. And the incentive programs we use is the state of Indiana will give a company to incentivize them training dollars. So we all know what a man hour is. So you hire somebody, this company comes in, they hire people for a job. They're going to work 8 hours, but they're being trained, so you get about 4 hours out of them, realistically. So they make up that gap, and it's all performance-based. Locally, they come in behind that, and we would not really match it, but we would incentivize them, like, hey, we have a little bit more for training dollars. That's typically how our training dollars works. It's all performance-based. Right now, we don't really have an incentive program. We would like to get that back, and we would be able to do that through that 12% in time. But, you know, we're not asking for a whole bunch of money to get money back or anything like that from previous years. We're just kind of wanting to get back to where we're at 12% so we can create those incentive dollars. So, again, more appreciating that you guys give us, obviously. But that's kind of the goals for this coming year. We have a lot for 26. We
So-
have a lot.
You're asking for $50,000, $1 more than 25.
Yes.
And you're going to take that money and you're going to use that for, correct me if I'm wrong. If Andrew and I have been talking, and he wanted to be here, but, you know, circumstances. Andrew and I have talked about this a bunch, and he wouldn't give me details, but he says this money should pay for itself, especially with the wheel tax coming in and other opportunities to bring business. So usually I'm the hardest one on economic development. You know that. I'm surprised he talks to me.
It's all good, Don.
I get this, and
It just allows us.
I think it's a chance, I think it's, just prove yourself if we do this.
Absolutely. Just like I said, we've held our own with a short amount of funding. We've done well. We could do even better when we have the funding, you know, like we previously once had. And that will, trust me, it'll be, you won't regret it.
I see on here, it says remaining budget left for 25 is 95,000. How much do you expect of that to be left over at the end of the year?
So if you look at the financial summary, the very last one, there at the bottom, the uncommitted dollars, it looks like there's going to be about 36,000 left.
Yeah, I think I got that.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing.
Yeah, uncommitted dollars, 36,282.67. So that's probably what you're going to have left over
Yes.
at the end of the year.
Because we had a little bit of a carryover in 2025 because you gave us that additional allocation because of appropriation because
So-
for January.
So, since we're going to use that, and if that's the dollar you need, are we able to pull some back to still keep that same amount?
So whatever the carryover is, what we don't use in our budget, we'll put like into a small CD or something like that. We pull money out right away if we need to. That money is sitting there for those incentives because we never know when someone's going to come along. So that's what that's for. The bigger number you were seeing there, that's the Welcome Center, which is totally separated out. That's not part of our budget. That's the building and
Yeah.
itself. That's a whole different thing. But it's in our budget. It's in our accounts, but it's not part of the budget.
Okay. I mean, it's still a pretty good surplus. Maybe that could be used for further
Well,
projects for next year,
I'll
a little
give you
bit.
a perfect example of exactly what you're referring to, David, is that we were the only county that had to come back here to request the $5,000 membership for Ready. All the other EDCs, they just pay for it out of their coffers. We would be able to do that now. So those are the small things. It's like, well, we'll just take care of it because we have it there. It's dedicated. It's for a good cause. And that $5,000, that $5,000 will probably get us almost $500,000 again. Even though we were short of $15 million down to $10 million, we'll get almost $500,000 here in Ripley County from that. So return on investment's pretty good. Big chunk of that's career center. But the previous round would have been, everybody knows the Summit project, the sewer, the pocket park. So all those are real good returns on investments. So that we wouldn't come to you. We just go ahead and pay the $5,000 membership. That's what we have always used money before in the past. We just have recently not had that opportunity. So, but to answer your question, Ron, and to everybody here, Yeah, it's just give us a chance, and we'll get back to what we did before. We'll be able to do some advertising, and you'll see a difference, because we don't want to slip any further behind. We're not slipping behind, we're just staying level, where other counties around us are kind of growing a little bit more. We can catch up and start, being, bigger and better, which is a good thing.
Okay,
So,
we'll look at this and we'll go through all of these tomorrow,
Yeah.
Thursday. We appreciate your
Thank you.
presentation.
do we need to
Thank
come
you.
back for anything else, or?
If we have any questions, we'll give you a call.
Okay.
And you're right here.
Everybody's got my phone number. Should
Now,
have some.
Stay away.
this
Stay
is a little bit off the topic, not off the topic, but as you know, the clock at the courthouse needs repair, and the commissioners have been very active. They have they've gone into a firm, and they have budget estimates and things like that. Do you see there's any opportunities for us to get some funding to support redoing? We've had a,
Oh,
big
outside of that,
expense.
outside of us.
Yes, yes. And just something for you to
Sure.
put in your
Well,
pocket, so think about it, if we have some opportunities or something that we're gonna be applying to the Rising Sun Regional
I've already done
Foundation.
that.
Oh, you have, for the bell, for the clock?
And I've already applied to the Ripley County Community Foundation.
Thank you.
How
Thank you
much
very
is the
much.
total cost on the repair of the clock?
It's about 60.
65,000?
Okay.
Okay. That's a lot of money, but it's less than what it could have been, I guess, because
That
that's
38's about half of that.
That's not the tower itself.
Right.
That is just the clock
That's what-
and the
right.
bell.
Yeah.
Okay, now am I correct, Amy? You've applied to the Rising Sun Regional?
I have the paperwork on my desk to finish the Rising Sun Regional Foundation. yes.
Okay. And
I've
then,
applied to the Ripley County Community Foundation with Amy Streeter, yes.
thank you, thank you, thank you. And we missed the date for the Rising Sun Regional Foundation, I think by about 5 days last time. So you're on the ball, and you've got that, because that'll be your last one,
That'll
correct,
be
Stan? Fourth quarter for that. And then I'm gonna throw this out, and I haven't discussed this with the commissioners or the other council members. But you're are wonderful visionaries and things. We may have a need, I'll say we do have a need in Ripley County for some type of animal control or animals that are maybe abandoned or need to be relocated. Do you ever see, or is there anybody like to donate land that they would
No,
have that in a, let's say, a trust or something, that they like to see that property utilized for something that benefits the county? Now, I know that's throwing that
No,
way out there.
that's fine, because we have such a vast network. After 18 years, we've created a great network.
You've got a great network.
We do. I don't know the answers to a whole bunch of things. I know a lot with the EDC, but I know people who know those things. That's outside of my wheelhouse. And it doesn't hurt, doesn't cost us a thing to research and do a
So,
little look on that stuff.
in your
Yeah.
tool chest.
Yeah.
And of course, the commissioners are the ones that would decide these things, but we have a commissioner here, and just looking for all those
And
opportunities.
there's pocket, I know GIS pretty well. I look at that not daily, but every couple days I'm on it. And there's pockets, there's places, and there's people out there who would need maybe a tax write-off. That
Yes.
if they were to donate the land or let the land be used for that. But then that would go back to planning and zoning, is the zoning correct, those kind of things, but that's the kind of stuff that we can look into as far as the zoning. I'll talk to Tad.
That'd be
Yeah, I'll talk to Tad first to see what kind of zoning it would take to do that, and there's always somebody who may want to donate a little bit of land, an acre or two or something. So, again, that's not a problem. You ask us, that's.
We appreciate that. We just looking into all our opportunities. And in no way I'm trying to give, that the council is
Sure.
giving any money or anything, just asking for opportunities that we may not be aware of, and we appreciate what Amy's already initiated for the clocks, but just trying to be proactive instead of always reactive.
You would be amazed, there's some money in Ripley County. Well, it's old farmer money for that matter. And there's that back corner that's kind of a real pain they can't really use. if they, I'm always thinking, being a real nonprofit, I always think, how can they donate that so they actually benefit from that financially without actually selling it? There's some opportunities, and that's where my mind goes, is to looking at, okay, well, where's the opportunity for them to write this thing off? And
Yes.
still be utilized to the county,
And
or
not
leased or whatever.
Staying in our silos, that we all work together for the betterment of Ripley
Absolutely.
County. Because we tend to stay in our silos and
Well,
territorial.
And in that little presentation we gave, we talked about, transparency and working with all of the, which we do, but because of the comp plan, it's interesting, sitting in those meetings, we're having these conversations that we never had before, because it's not business, it's more, it is business, it's comp plan business, but it's not, what's that zoning, what's this? So it's really good. So this, I think this comp plan is going to make a big difference. It's how we use it.
And we really appreciate, Andrew has been very,
Oh my
very
God,
good
he's
of
critical.
keeping us abreast, but confidentiality of what's going on, a report each month is given, and we really appreciate his collaboration. He's a good networker with your
He's a great board member.
agency, and he really brings back the information, so we certainly appreciate that working relationship we have. Council, any other questions? We just thank you for what you do.
Thank you, guys.
Enjoy your afternoon.
Thanks. You guys.
Now, council, it is 10 to 12. I realize we're supposed to leave at 11:30, but this has been very important task that we've been performing. And instead of coming back at 1, we'll return at, let's just say 1:15. Does that make sense to everybody? And at that time, the sheriff's going to be here with us?
911.
911.
Oh, 911?
He's be here on,
He's
Well,
scheduled
it's
at
supposed to be
1.
here at 1 o'clock.
They're supposed to be here at 1 o'clock?
Isn't that what your thing says? Yours says what everybody else says.
Yes, but I'm using an old one that I printed off, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I was just wanting to make sure.
Okay,
I was
so we'll
right.
make sure we're on the same page. 911's at 1, but we're gonna be a little late there, and I'm sure they'll understand. And then what do we have for the rest of the day? The sheriff, EMA is at what time?
1:45.
I should have shredded this. And do we have the sheriff? At 1:30? We may be a little late, but we'll get all this information processed and to the best of everybody's. You think we can come back at 1?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll definitely be back at 10 after 1, but that 1. Okay, everybody enjoy your lunch.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this hour of lunch to get there, you know what I mean? So, and then
Drive safe.
I gotta do my work stuff, and then I got the kidney doctor. It's 1:15, but I'm gonna try to get there early. Sometimes if you get there early, you get in early. And then I should